I finally got a haircut and my wife said I should make some videos now because I look good. So here we are making another video. Today we're talking about how to deal with the pesky Magnamon X Antibody. How do you feel about this card? Like, I don't think it's going to get hit, but if it gets hit, I understand why it would get hit. There's ways around it, but it kind of damn near seems impossible to get around once it's out. If you don't know by now, what makes this card stupid good is just the fact that it just gets like protection from everything in its mama. You know, it's like when it digivolves, you get protection from everything and you get 3000 DP. So now you have to have a Digimon that has more than 15,000 or 15,000 if you want to swing over it. But in case you swing over it. Now we got Armor Purge. So now we're just going to go back to a level 5 or a level 4 Magnamon. And it's a blocker, of course. The other thing is that its alterns just trigger the when digivolving again, which will cause them to restand and have protection for all turns until the end of your opponent's turn. So a thing that people are doing, they're actually taking in the Blinding Ray. So if they can't swing at your opponent for whatever reason, because they want to have that protection, they'll play a Blinding Ray, trash their own security, that triggers a Magnamon, and now he's protected and he can just freely swing. So that's another tech card that you can utilize for the Magnamon there. How to deal with this card, there's a video that I did showcasing this one going against WarGreymon Ruin mode with Turbo Ruin. That deck can be good against Magna. So what I would say is any deck with DP reduction is just always, that's still up to date, the best way to counter a lot of decks is DP reduction, because there's not much protection against DP reduction. However, the Magnamon does have protection from DP reduction, usually at a timer, right? So ideally what you want to do with the DP reduction is just make sure you delete the Magnamons so they don't go into the level 6 Magnamon X and just chip away. Another one is Mirage Gaogamon. Mirage Gaogamon is just insane because the Magnamon X has draw power, especially when you attack that new Vmon that gives you, when you attack, draw 1. You trigger the Mirage Gaogamon, and now you're kind of potentially ending Magnamon's turn, and you could bounce things. But most importantly is not that you could end their turn, but using, and I should have brought it out, using the level 5, I'll post a picture there, but any card that gives you an effect like that it says your attacks can't be redirected, it doesn't matter if this has protection, and it doesn't matter if he's a blocker. You can have 20,000. You can't redirect if you meet the criteria of the Magnamon Gaogamon, that's his name. And that's how I won. If you look at the match of Magna versus Mirage Gaogamon, that's actually how I won that match, was by, you couldn't delete it, you couldn't bounce it, so just play around it. And that Magnamon Gaogamon just went attacking, your opponent can't redirect your attack, so therefore you can have 20,000 blockers, it don't matter, I'm still gonna attack. So it's good because then it was all turns till the end, not all turns, I'm sorry, it was until the end of the turn, so you could swing with it, go into Mirage Gaogamon, now the effect is activated, and now the Mirage Gaogamon bounces something. It's not going to bounce the Magna, aside because it's a level 5, but even if it could, it's protected, so you bounce the security, it still triggers the Mirage, you unsuspend, and now you can swing again, and your opponent can't block because you still have the effect of the one attacking, and you just basically OTK. So that's a way around it as well. I think another deck that can be good is the WarGreymon with the Raid, because you have Raid. So it doesn't matter if it's suspended or not, or unsuspended. Ideally, because the WarGreymon has such a high ceiling with DP, and it could unsuspend. So if the Magnamon, is unsuspended, swing with the WarGrey, Raid, unsuspend, and now the Magnamon has Armor Purge, goes back to a level 4 Magnamon, and now you can swing again into the Magnamon and has Armor Purge again, so now it leaves a Vmon, and then you can play a Crimson Blaze. But do you see how much work that is just to get rid of one Digimon? You're swinging twice and then playing an option to get rid of it. It's tough. I also think a good card that could work is the Garuda Ace, right? The reason I say that is because let's say they had already digivolved and now they're going to, you know, the turn after. So now the Magnamon doesn't have protection and then they swing. They're not protected. You could blast into the Garudamon Ace, pop it. It has armor purge, but now you're reverting it back to level 4. Swinging your security, it could delete. And if it doesn't, well, then it doesn't get deleted, but you got rid of the level 6. The downside is I would just digivolve into another X Antibody at level 6. So maybe not so much. I haven't tried the new Darugamon yet with the keyword of collision. I think that will also be good. The effect of collision gives all your opponents Digimon blocker and they have to block. Now that effect isn't going to affect the Magnamon X Antibody. However, they still have to block. And Magnamon already has blocker. So if that's the only Digimon they have, they're forced to block, therefore deleting itself. Or deleting it through the battle of the Darugamon. So I think that could also be another good matchup for it. And then D-Brigade with Digipolice, I think that's just another one that's going to be good because whiteboard blockers, you're preventing Magnamon from chipping at security. And there's ways for you to digivolve it when it doesn't have protection. And then you just swing like 10 bodies on the board and just call it GG's. So that's really what I think so far. Let me know what else has worked for you guys against the Magna. Vaccine with Magnadramon, I don't think it would be good because of the barrier effect. Barrier would be bad against Magna X because you're trashing a card for you to survive. Therefore now, since the card was trash, you're triggering Magna X's all turns, which would trigger his Digivolving. And now he unsuspends and gets that DP buff. And now you're SOL.